Hi, and welcome to Sur-Thrival Stories. My name is Barb Stewart, and I'm really excited that you joined us today. We are going to be bringing you stories from really cool humans from across the nation who have discovered solutions and ideas that can help you get through life, and instead of just surviving through difficult times, to actually thrive, to learn to be happier at the end of your journey. And the first story that we're going to share today is one with Power Stillson, our first guest today. She is the author of Choose Sur-Thrival and the Sur-Thrival Tree. Kim, why don't you share with us what inspired you to write those books?
Thank you so much, Barb. I love Barb. Barb is a big part of my story, and it's actually, though, it started with Sur-Thrival, and it started, I don't know, years ago, back in 2006. And I was driving off of a freeway, and I saw this family on the side of the road, and they were holding up a sign that said, help feed us. And I looked at this family. They were all well-dressed, and I thought, oh my goodness, they look wonderful. What got them to this point? And some things happened in my own life. I was in New York, and I was walking down 6th Avenue, this huge crane was taking up this glass plate, and I heard a crack, and I looked up, and I saw this piece of cardboard wafting down, and something said to me, shout, run. And so I shouted, run, and ran across, and as I'm running, nails and glass and boards were flying by me, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it back. And I thought, what legacy have I left behind? And I've just kind of basically survived through life. I barely, get through my jobs, my kids, and home, and I was just surviving. And I wanted to do more. I wanted to thrive. I wanted to Sur-Thrive. And so I wrote my book, like you mentioned. Thank you. Choose Sur-Thrival. And between that family that I saw and that experience in New York, and by the way, it shut down 4 square blocks of Manhattan that day. It was crazy. It was just an accident, right? But I realized I had this close call, and if I hadn't have run, I looked back in the crosswalk where I hadn't have run, there's a big pile of rubble. Who knows what would have happened? But I decided I wanted to do more than just survive. And so I went ahead and wrote this book, and I took all of the information that I'd learned in my years of marketing and PR and put it together for small business people so that they would know how to not just survive, but Sur-Thrive and thrive. And years, fast forward a few years later, this is how I met you. You are the one that taught me to Sur-Thrive with my health. I found out I had breast cancer in April, and there's tons of things are hard, and I've lost a child, so I know tons of things are hard, but it was really a tough day when I heard that I had that. I thought, I'm trying to Sur-Thrive, and now I have breast cancer. And you came, you being a nurse practitioner, you came up with this hope and these options and taught me with my health and to Sur-Thrive, right? Retaught me, refocused me, got me doing some things right with my health, and we'll talk about those if you want to. But it taught me to Sur-Thrive with my health, and I'm alive, so it's good.
So how is the Sur-Thrival Tree book that you wrote a little bit different from your first book?
Well, Barb, that's a great question, because it is different, because I was teaching businesses from a point of view where I thought I was awesome, and I Sur-Thrive, so you kind of have this hero halo around you. But this book, Sur-Thrival Tree, it happened because I, of course, found I had breast cancer. You're a nurse practitioner, and you came to me and said, there's hope, there's some options. And you said, you don't have to be scared. And I remember you looked right in my eye. I'm gonna cry. You looked right in my eye and you said, you don't need to fear, right? And so you took me up to the FAR clinic and, went with me every day. Took me by the hand and went to the FAR clinic, and this is a clinic that gave you options to build your immune system. So the very thing that I've written about in my business book, Sur-Thriving, you were teaching me how to do with my immune system. We're not just gonna medicate you and try to hope you can live life. We're gonna actually teach your own body how to build my immune system and how to Sur-Thrive. And so you taught me step by step how to do that. And so the Sur-Thrival Tree book is about how that story. And I I tell the story in a way that happened to me, but also in a way that was kind of fun, you know, a little bit mystical because it was a tough road, right?
Okay, let's go back and review those 7 steps that are so important that helped you to get through this difficult journey.
So there's 7 Sur-Thrival tips that I do every day. And so the first one was sugar, that I had to give up sugar.
Right, and sugar is like poison to our bodies, actually. You know, and cancers feed off of sugar. All the research would support that. So if you're going to try and starve out and fight that cancer, it's really important to cut out sugar from your diet. So that was a really big one.
Yeah, and I gave up sugar, and even on Halloween, first time in 50 years, I'm giving away my age, no Halloween candy, not one bite. So I was really committed. I was very obedient.
It's a tough thing to do. If any of you have ever tried to go without sugar, really, really hard. And there's sugar in everything. Start looking at labels, it's almost impossible. So it was really, really hard to do. Okay, what's the second one?
So the next one was the green goo, the smoothie. And that was just vegetables in goo.
So, and why was that so important? Because you need to get good nutrition into your body. If you want your body to be strong and be able to fight things, you need to put the nutrition in to make those cells healthy and to make your immune system strong. So for Kim, blending it all up into a gooey drink was the easiest way to get all of those nutrients in.
Yeah, and I drank that several times a day.
Faithfully, and it didn't always taste very good.
But actually, they're okay now. But you could see in a couple weeks, my body, my skin, I started feeling great. So
people were complimenting her and saying, "What are you doing? You look amazing." So definitely, your body responds when you put good things in. And what's number 3?
The third one was, organic whole foods, and I used because it's hard to eat that way and live the life I do with being on a radio show and teaching college, and so I found a great company that had you could just put scoops of whole food into a shaker and shake it up, and then if I got stuck somewhere, I could eat that. And that's important because you want a snack, and I wasn't allowed to do that.
That's true, and you have to be careful with the foods that you choose to eat these days. There's a lot of GMOs out there. There's lots of pesticides. The way food is provided to us now is not always the healthiest option. So when nutrition becomes so vitally important for your health, when you're fighting cancer and you're fighting for your life, taking time to make sure that you're getting those good foods in your body are very, very important. What's number 4?
So the fourth one is the simplest one, and I thought easiest. It was the NRF2 activator. A lot of people haven't heard about that, but you could tell them.
NRF2 sounds like some foreign Star Wars thing, right? But seriously, it is the coolest thing ever. It flips a switch in your body that helps you to fight off antioxidants and reduce oxidative stress in your body. It's amazing. There's tons of research out there now about activating the system in your body, and they're having tremendous results in lots of diseases that are caused from inflammation. So if you can reduce inflammation in your body, you are ahead of the game. So this was one really simple way that she could put a simple pill in, and it made a difference.
Easiest one, my favorite. Okay, so then the next one was simple, something everyone does every day: sleep.
Sleep. That's something most people don't do very much of anymore. Seriously, everybody's so crazy busy with their lives that they're running around and they're not getting enough sleep. They say, well, I don't have enough hours in the day, so I'm going to cut out the sleep so I can get more done. And honestly, there is nothing you can do that is going to make up for lack of sleep. There's research that says it cuts years off of your life. So it's so important to get sleep, to let your body rest and reboot and heal. Heal, for her, was the biggest and most important thing. So don't cut out the sleep.
Yeah, and Barb had me establish a routine, so every night I would do the same things and turn off the electronics and kind of, get into a pattern where I could fall asleep. And it was one of the most challenging, actually. I mean, sugar being the hardest, but getting to sleep when you're worried about your life was hard.
Yeah. Okay, what number are we on? 5?
We're on 6.
Okay.
And so that next one is exercise. And I did 30 minutes a day.
And why is exercise so important? It actually helps to get oxygen moving around to every cell in your body. And we all know we die without oxygen. So moving and getting that oxygen to all of your cells is going to help improve your health. And cancer does not like an oxygenated area in your body. So if you can hyperoxygenate, that's just going to help you fight the cancer even more.
So no matter what, I did that every single day. So that was great. What?
And didn't you use essential oils too?
Yeah, and so the last one is mood management. And I read this great book by a great author and used essential oils. So if I was feeling down or needed, I'd do something orangey to get me energized, or something peppermint, to feel relaxed. And I just used those and focused on healing and focused on being positive and focused on being happy and well. And you would look at me and say, you can do this. And our friends, Marilyn and Carrie, would say, you can do this, you can do this. And I'd listen to great music. So mood management with some tools, music, essential oils, and really, really, really good friends to tell you that you could do it. That made me feel I could Sur-Thriv. And I still practice those things every day, right? All those 7 things, because you can't just heal, which, by the way, we did.
Let me say something about those essential
Okay.
oils. So what that did for her is it kept her in a positive mindset. When you're fighting for your life and you're fighting a difficult battle, your attitude and how you feel about where things are going is so important. And again, I know I keep coming back to research, but that's because my medical background. But when you have a positive attitude about whatever you're going through, it helps your body to endure it. And so for her, listening to music, having essential oils, doing all those things, it helped keep her head in the game. It helped her to be positive and say, you know what, I can do this. I can fight this. And it kept her upbeat. And there's a lot of different hormones and things that get released when you feel that way, when you're positive. So that is one of the most powerful things, whether you choose oils or something else, but you've got to stay positive when you're going through those tough times. And the good news was that she got through this beautifully. The combination of all of these things made a huge difference for her, and she can now say she is cancer-free.
Woo! Yay! Thank you. I love you. I love it. You need great friends to Sur-Thriv, and people that are really smart and brilliant like Barb.
Okay, I just want to thank everybody for watching today, and just remind you that we will be bringing more amazing stories on other ways, not just health, to help your health, but to help maybe finances, relationships. There's just so many things that people out there are finding as solutions that can help them through difficult journeys. And I especially want to thank Kim. Now this is when I'm going to get emotional. Because she really is the inspiration behind starting this whole show. And her story was so powerful and so moving, and made me realize that there are a lot of people out there who have a lot of things to offer. And so this show is really dedicated to her. And I know that there's many of you out there who will want to get more information. So Kim, where can they get your book or learn more and get the list of all the things that you've shared with us today?
Oh, thank you, Barb. Yeah, I'm happy to share how I Sur-Thriv, and super excited to watch Barb's show so I can meet all these other great people who've done this. And I'm sure they have Barb's in their corner. They couldn't do it. Okay, no crying. You can go to my website. It's kimpowerstillson.com, and you can also go to choosesurthrival.com. And I know you'll have a website, Sur-Thrival Stories, too. But I have the book Choose Sur-Thrival and the Sur-Thrival Tree, and we are donating to this big cause to build a clinic so we can help other people, which you're very well aware of, but hopefully now your viewers are too. And so they can go to choosesurthrival.com and find that, or go to my website, kimpowerstillson.com, and hopefully we can help some people through our experiences, right?
Right. It's the goal of the whole show. So thanks again. We'll see you next week.